I am looking forward to a good block off as well when I get to go home, spend time with my family and stuff, and not have an operation. Touch wood, hopefully. So yeah, obviously, yeah. If I get the nod, obviously I'll be buzzing, and like I said, as long as I'm back on the field and I'm playing well, that's all I can really do, to be honest.
What's that?
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
the man that's in self-isolation. Why did we not think of it?
Why did we not think of him sooner?
Hey, you can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of me. What's happening?
Where the hell in the world are you at the moment? I'm
back in Bath now, mate. Yeah, I'm. Oh, yeah,
it looks a bit Japanese.
We got an audience. That's the Reds looking after me. Stay 2 meters where it is.
Your Instagram, mate. I've been following your Instagram, and you've been everywhere.
Oh my God, you've been living it up, Freddie. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Talk about FOMO.
That's the beauty of playing in Japan is I played 9 games, and then I've had like 3 months off. So, it's been hard to come back. I tell you that. Like isolating right now is killing me. But yeah, it's been all right. I've enjoyed myself.
Oh, mate, I've been envious. Although I think you've lost the plot now, mate, because I've seen some of your Instagram stuff recently.
You need to stop doing those Q&As.
I've actually forgotten what you were doing last night. You got properly dressed up in a suit and tie, didn't you? And pretend you're Gareth Southgate.
That was back during the World Cup, mate. So I literally went into training at Bath in full England kit every time they played. And then the semi-final, I went in dressed as Gareth Southgate. But yeah, honestly,
I thought that was you in self-isolation dressed up. I thought he's properly lost it. He's got a suit on himself in his house.
I need to make up something that when you're drunk or bored, you're not allowed on Instagram because it's terrible. I just start talking about me taking pisses on the pitch.
No, it's good, mate. I like it. It's good.
What am I doing when I'm chopping pints with kids? Because I got drunk. I got drunk in Hawaii, and then it's like 4 a.m. in Hawaii, but that's like 5 PM UK time. And I did like an Instagram live, and then someone requested to talk to me, so I accepted the request. And it was like some 12-year-old kid, and I was like, oh, mate, do you want me to chop this pint? And he's like, yeah, go on then. I just then the agent, then I get a text being like, mate, you can't do that anymore. So it's harmless fun, but.
There's a thing you can do on Instagram, and it's called close friends. So you can have your story as loose as you want for your close friends, and then your agent will be just as happy.
But that's just admin, and then people get annoyed when they're not in my close friends.
But they don't know if they're in your close friends or not.
4 a.m, 10 pints deep, you ain't thinking of that.
Nah, exactly. But
how long were you in Hawaii for, mate?
So basically, I was meant to do 2 weeks. And then with about 4 days left, I was on the smash in Hawaii with these friends that I made. And they're like, oh, you should just stay. So I just cancelled my flight and I rebooked it for the 3rd of June, thinking that was another week or so. Didn't realise it was another 3.5 weeks. So then I had to find a hotel for 3 weeks. Honestly, it cost me a fortune, but I was like.
But when are you going to be in Hawaii again? It was well worth it.
No, exactly. And I was like, you also know, as you boys know, that playing in the UK, you're in the trenches for 11 months. So I was like, I'm just going to make the most of this time and just have a good crack. And then, from now on, I'm going to be in England till June next year, probably. So why not?
Too right, mate. Too right. So you've spent all your yen?
All the yen's gone, mate.
You're thankful for isolation.
Oh,
then.
no.
Did you genuinely fly out by yourself? Did you have any plans to meet anyone, or you just went and met?
Jack, have you never gone on holidays by yourself before?
No.
It is one of the best things you can do is just go and travel alone for a while.
I didn't think that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I was nervous, but it was unbelievable. I got to admit, I did drop a Tinder pin. Now I downloaded Tinder and dropped the Tinder pin in there just so I had so I wasn't completely on my own. But then I actually met this girl on the first night. I met this girl called Kelsey on the first night, and we met up. And genuinely, hand on heart, there was just there was nothing sexually there at all. And we just became great friends. And then she was like, oh, do you mind if I bring a few friends to this party? And I'm like, sweet. She just brought about 6 gay blokes. So I just literally infiltrated the Honolulu gay scene, mate, and just partied with them. So it was pretty easy.
Now, Freddie, I do have to ask you a question, which I think you guys were chatting about when I was just looking over what our producer had sent us. But can you talk to me about the story about you peeing on the pitch?
Oh, well, basically, it was hammering down with rain. It was a real I'm not saying where I did it or what, but it was a real stop-start game. And I went out for the second half and I was just absolutely busted. Like, and I mean to the point, and the game wasn't, normally you obviously get a bit nervous and stuff. And like, but the adrenaline takes over and you haven't got time to think about it. This game was honestly the worst game of rugby I've played in. It was like every 5 seconds there was a scrum. And anyway, one of the boys goes down injured. And I was like, lads, I really need a slash. So I got a couple of the boys in close and I just dropped to a little hip flexor stretch and just dropped it out the bottom. But when you think, we've all been there when you think it's just going to be a quick little dribble. And then like 2 minutes later, you're still going. I was like, Austin Powers. And like, process calm. I was like, ah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my God. That is amazing.
It helped it was raining, to be fair. It helped that it was raining, but still, I'm terrible.
Yeah, when you're that wet.
I've heard of boys peeing themselves. I've never heard of someone dropping it out.
Yeah,
this is the first I've heard of any of this. So, wow, my eyes have been opened.
And the boys sometimes surely pee themselves.
Yeah, like Freddie said then, when it's peeing down with rain and you're soaking anyway, you're hydrated, so it's probably not going to be, yellow. I've known boys that have peed themselves.
Warm me up.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in your wetsuit, mate. Exactly, you warm yourself up. But even drop into your socks as well.
Look at Christina's face. She's like, you disgusting.
It's like when you're in your wetsuit or at Ocean Beach. You ain't getting out for a week, are you?
Oh my good gracious.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye.
What about you saying, should I tell this? Am I like just telling this as a normal story, or is this getting the podcast as if you just come on for a chat?
Yeah, I know. I'm just terrible. I get the fear after any podcast. It's like a night after drinking. I'm just like, what if I said?
Yeah. Oh, mate.
That's very you, though. I feel like that's part of your charm. You just say what is on your mind, and you don't hold back, which I think we always appreciate. Now, talk to me. You did mention just there when you got to Hawaii first night, you downloaded Tinder. Is it true that the English accent, did it work a charm over there?
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I actually, this is going to sound real bad, but you don't really need, like, I literally did it to meet. So I met this girl, like I said, and we just ended up striking it off as friends, genuinely. But yeah, literally, you'd order food. I remember I was at a poke bar. Is it poke? Is that you said? It's like
poke. So ordered raw fish.
Yeah, so I just ordered my food, and then you had to like wait at the end. And when I was waiting, this girl was just like, "Oh my God, are you from England or whatever?" And I'm like but you end up speaking like a knob. To be honest.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean you end up speaking like a knob?
Like 1 minute I was like, 1 minute I'm like, 1 minute I'm in Bridgerton. And so, like, the waitress is, if the waitress is hot, I'm like, oh, like, thank you very much, dearest woman, for this. And you're like, Johnny. And then I have a couple of beers, and then I turn all Cockney. I'm like, all right, mate, all right, geez. What's that for this?
Yeah.
So you just end up talking, like, as English as you can to try and get attention. It's terrible.
I obviously get it a lot, but people go, are you Scottish? People obviously, yeah, I'm Scottish, yeah.
Mate, people say, am I Australian?
Oh, Aussie all the time. People in Glasgow think I'm an Aussie all the time. I think it's because I just rock around in flip-flops in the pissing rain all the time, though. But
I think Australian must be a common one for this side, because when the last time I was in America, I was stopped and asked if I was Australian, and I was like, "What? No, couldn't be further from the truth." Thanks, guys, for all the shaking your heads. I am blonde and tan, so I would have taken that as a compliment. You should have agreed, but no, fine. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah, nah, definitely not good looking enough to be an Australian. Thanks. No, but Jack, we did mention this to you earlier, and Freddie, I do want you to think on this as well, because I'm going to ask you in a second. But Jack,
Freddie, we got it.
Jack, no, you got away with it the last time you were on, but I want your initiation story for when you've got your first cap with England. Freddie, you were about. Don't mute your mic. Oh, I thought you were going to be like, oh, I can't speak.
Okay, so Freddie, you did it as well. I'm sure you did. So I think it's a real old tradition, but basically you have to have a drink with every single player that you've played with that day, and it's their choice. So they bring up a drink, and then you sit there and you drink it. So it could be anything: beer, vodka, cider, water, milk, whatever. But it's basically buyer's choice. But they've got to do it with you. My first cap was in the Six Nations. We didn't drink after the first game in France, but we waited till the end. So we're in Italy. Real posh cathedral. Was very nice. but the only drinks to hand were white wine, red wine, and beer, and that was it. So first couple went okay. In the end, I was necking pints of beer, pints of white wine, and pints of red wine. And it's ideal for everyone else because they do one drink and then you take your turn. But boys like to stitch you up, so they'll come in and they'll plan it. So they'll come in and be like, right, I'll give them a pint of red wine, and then I'll come in 2 seconds later with a pint of beer or whatever. And obviously, a few of the boys that are going to be quite kind to you, they say, right, what you should do is, 2 or 3 drinks, go to the toilet, make yourself sick, come back, try and have a few drinks and just see how you feel. But I didn't have time to do that. I think I was necking pints of red wine non-stop for about 20 minutes. I would run into the toilet then. I could literally feeling it coming back up my throat. I'd run into the toilet, and obviously Johnny May and Luther Burrell were capped at the same time. There was only 3 cubicles in there. And I've ran into the toilet, and Johnny May and Luther Burrell are both on their hands and knees, puking red wine, white wine all over the toilets. And I can't even remember what I've done then, but something's happened and I think I was sick. And then I thought it was a good idea to lock Johnny May in the toilet. So I've held the door. He's jumped up on the toilet, broke the toilet. He's screaming in there. Freddie, you'll know what Johnny's like. He's literally screaming. He is making all sorts of noise in that cubicle. Like he's doing chicken noises. He's screaming, and all of us boys are holding this door back, and it was brilliant. But then I've got onto the bus and I've done my song on the bus. Don't remember anything. We had president's wives. I think we had Stuart and Stuart's partner, and we had Faz and Faz's wife, and then it was just me at the front of the bus. And I think my shirt was ripped off, and I don't even know what happened. Sang my song, tried going to the bar, and then Stuart Lancaster told Tom Johnson, who I played with at the time, and said, "Look, mate, you need to take him to bed. He's trying to get to the bar. I don't think it's a good idea." And that's how my night ended. And I woke up in the morning thinking, "What the fuck has just happened to me?" Red wine all over my bed sheets. So yeah, it was a good time, but one that I forgot pretty quickly.
Oh God, how was your head the next? How long did the hangover last?
I think I think I had a good 12-hour sleep and I was still sorted. I woke up in the morning, and when you walk down in the morning, like Freddie said earlier about that beer fear, I woke up in the morning and I just had like all the boys all look at the same time as I walked in for breakfast, just laughing. I'm thinking, and I don't remember anything. This is what I got told. So straight away I've come in pretty sheepish, like, lads, was I okay last night? Was I behaved? Like, what happened? And then you just hear different things coming in from different angles. It's like, you did this, and then you shouted this, and then you tried doing this. And I'm just thinking, just kill me now. Like, what's going on?
That's when you've got to be smart. That's when you walk into the room and go, you were out of order last night. What about you last night? Oh my God, what about you last night?
But that's what they were all saying to me, and I was like, it's too late then. I was only 19, 20 at the time. So I was just like,
what do they say about being blackout drunk? It's like your brain is protecting you from what you did the night before, and it's just best to try not remember it.
It was
deny, reaccuse.
Did you have to do that, Freddie?
Yeah, so I had the same as you. Obviously, mine was at the end of the autumn where we obviously beat the All Blacks, so everyone's absolutely buzzing. So same as you, I'm at the dinner in that whatever that room's called at Twickenham. I haven't been there many times. I only went there once, I think. But we're there, and everyone's sort of like feeding me drinks, and I didn't realise that they were actually like, I'm sat down and I'm absolutely like hammered. Like like the chicken on my plate, I could swear it was still moving. Like it looked like Johnny May. Have you seen the picture? By the way, just off topic. Have you seen the picture of Johnny May when he got caged as a chicken? When we caged him, we got him in the dog. We got him in the dog. He was walking around the house naked, clucking, and we got him in the dog kennel and locked it. And he's in there clucking like a chicken naked. That's another story.
Hold on, is that where the chicken thing comes from?
So basically,
chicken?
There was a few injuries in the Gloucester squad when we were younger, and he claimed that he'd been possessed because in the same house. So I think it was him, Sean Knight, Henry Trinder. I think so, off the top of my head. And they claimed that they'd been possessed by a demon that was making them be injured, and the demon was a chicken.
Hey, I told this the other day on here, and someone was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "It's something to do with a chicken and Johnny May." Right. So,
but he used to we'd be in team meetings, and like head coach would be talking, and Johnny would just
just making chicken noises. He still does that now.
Just start clucking, mate. But anyway, yeah. So So I had my food, and I'm absolutely hammered. And next thing I hear they start doing the speeches, and I hear the president turn around and go, and obviously we have a first cap today. So, Freddie Burns, if you'd like to come up and collect your cap. And I've tried to stand up, and literally I can hardly walk, right? And obviously this is the All Black full, and I swear I'm trying to pass through the tables to get up to the stage, and I'm just elbowing McCaw in the back of the head, sort of stumbling over Dan Carter. Do you know what I mean? Like all these legends. And he just gives me my cap, and I can't see. So I shake his hand, have a picture, go back. Halfway back, Dan Carter, to be fair, stops me and congratulates me, have a good conversation. And there's a picture, it's actually in my story last night, where literally I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm probably telling him how to play the game. Do you know what I mean? Because I am hammered drunk. And then got on the bus, sang my song, went back to Penny Hill Park, and all I remember is waking up on the heated floor of the bathroom at Penny Hill Park, with just a little pile of sick just cooking next to me, because obviously I've been sick, and the heated floor had just warmed it up nicely. And then we went to the team meeting, and like you, I had the fear. And all I remember is Ashley come and sat next to me. Chris Ashton sat next to me, and he went, you're right after last night. I'm like, yeah. I went, why? He went, oh, I think we just started punching each other. And I was like, apparently, like literally, I have no. This is all. After that, I was like, nah, mate, we're all good. I don't really know what happened. And then literally, apparently, we're at the bar and we just started sort of jabbing each other or something. But it was, it's messy. But hey, that's the whole point of it, isn't it?